Hi, Carl here for Pro AV TV, and today I've got 3 lavalier microphones from Sennheiser to talk you through. Now I know lavalier microphones in general have been something which causes a lot of people confusion, and to be honest, myself included. It's only been relatively recently over the last few years which I've actually learned some of the differences between different lavalier microphones and why you might want to choose one over the other. So I've taken the 3 most popular ones from Sennheiser's lineup, and I'm going to talk you through some of the differences to hopefully ease up some of those confusions for you. Let's start with the entry-level one. This is the ME2 microphone from Sennheiser. So this is the standard omnidirectional lavalier microphone, which is included in a lot of their kits. It's actually the ones which I use for this channel. So I'm wearing one right now, and it's what you're hearing right now. This is completely omnidirectional, so all the way around the capsule, it doesn't matter whether it's upside down or the right way up, it's going to be recording sound. And so they're absolutely brilliant for situations like this. It means I can turn my head from side to side, or even if there's somebody next to me talking, and it will probably pick them up as well as me. It's just a general 360 microphone that you can position very close to your mouth. Now, as we go along the line, this is the ME4, which in terms of aesthetics is a very similar style microphone. You can just see the end capsule looks slightly different. It's much more bulbous. But the actual capsule inside here is very different. This is a cardioid microphone, and so it has a very different pickup pattern. Rather than being 360, it's actually a little bit more directional. It's not fully directional like a shotgun microphone, but it's a bit more targeted. And so you want to have it pointing at your subject's mouth, and it's going to reject a little bit from what's around you. Not completely, but a little bit more than one of these microphones would do. And so for piece to cameras like this, where I'm mainly looking at one place, straight to camera, I'm not going to be turning and talking over here or anything like that. And also, I'm the only thing that you really want to hear. If somebody's sitting next to me and talks, you don't really want to hear them. If there's road noise behind me and you don't really want to hear it, a microphone like this is very, very useful. But it's not for every situation. For example, a lot of people use lavalier microphones, maybe in weddings, where you mic up the groom at the front, but then you can also hear the bride. And for that, a omnidirectional lavalier like the ME2 is brilliant, and you really wouldn't want a cardioid one like the ME4. So there's different uses when you choose the different microphones. They're about a very similar price. It's really the use case which is going to help you decide between those two. This one in the middle though, the MKE2, so this is the ME2 and this is the MKE2, is a very different microphone indeed. It's omnidirectional, exactly the same as this one, so completely 360-degree pickup pattern, but it's built for quality rather than for a specific price point. Everything about this microphone is better made. The first thing you're going to notice is that it doesn't coil in quite the same way as the other ones, which all sort of get tangled up. And that's because the actual wire here is a steel cable rather than copper cabling like this. Now in practicality, one, it means less tangles, but it also stops a little bit of interference, and it makes it much more robust. It's much less likely you're going to damage the actual cable itself. And the capsule at the end is much more durable as well. It's got a very clever diaphragm design inside it, which makes it completely sweat resistant. So if you're wearing this directly next to your skin, or actually it's used a lot in theatre, right, actually stuck onto actors' faces, like here or up here maybe, something like that. So for live theatre, it's used there a lot. Now obviously you're going to sweat a lot, and that can be really damaging to microphones, and it can interfere with the sound as well. So the MKE2 is definitely one to choose. And yes, that's most important for theatre, but it is still important for video. Now here you can see my microphone, but say we wanted to hide it, what would we do? We'd stick it directly to my skin underneath my shirt, and now as I naturally sweat, that will go on the microphone and it will interfere and it will harm your microphone. So the MKE2 is much better in that regard. It's also a lot easier to hide, because on these ones you can't take off this sort of bulbous exterior, this windshield. Whereas on this one, you get several different styles included with the kit, and you can put them over the top or keep it nice and small and slimlined like this one here, so that you can directly stick it to something like a sticky from Rycoat with an undercover or an overcover over the top of it, and directly stick it onto somebody's skin. So it's very flexible. The last little thing I want to talk about with this is the clip, which might sound a bit silly, but I really think it's really cleverly designed. Most of it is exactly the same. It holds the microphone in place, it clips onto a shirt, something like that. But this little bit at the end here is very clever. What this is designed to do is it's designed to take the slack off of a cable. Because if I just clip this straight on and then something tugs on this, maybe I twist my hip and pull the receiver away and it dangles like that, you can see that's going to affect the capsule, and you're going to hear that in your recording. You're going to get interference. Now, what's very common is what's called the broadcast knot or loop, which is that. You simply tie a little knot in your microphone cable, and then as I move that, the knot is going to act as a bit of a dampener, and it's going to take out some of the slack. It's not a perfect system, however, which is why Sennheiser have made this very neat little clip which clips onto the microphone capsule itself, makes it slightly bigger profile, I guess, but it's going to take out any of that slack absolutely brilliantly. It will be transferred to the clip rather than to this little bit of cable connected to the capsule. So you're not going to hear any cable rustling or anything like that with the clip. It's a really simple little design, but I think it's really well done. So to summarize, the ME2 and the ME4 are both very affordable microphones, all-purpose microphones, but this one is completely omnidirectional and this one is a little bit more directional with its cardioid pickup pattern. And then this is an omnidirectional microphone, similar to that, but it's designed for the rigors of professional use, day in, day out. It's a really lovely little microphone. So we're going to finish up with a little bit of a side-by-side comparison so that we can hear if there's any audio differences between the two, any richer sounds or any more of a narrower pickup pattern to avoid background noise. We're going to do a couple of side-by-side comparisons. So this is just a really simple, unscientific test to see what the difference between the three mics is, because of their different pickup patterns, they should have quite drastically different sounds. I'm using the G4 unit transmitter and receiver for each one of these, recording straight into the C300 Mark II that's filming me now. So first up, we've got the ME2 microphone, omnidirectional one, and I'm just going to read a passage here from Sennheiser's website. Sennheiser Consumer Electronics stands for comfort, safety and quality. Our products offer lifestyle and an individual design. Our consumer division team works around the clock at 4 locations in Europe and Asia to ensure that no trend or customer preference passes us by. So now we've got the ME4 microphone, which has got that different cardioid pickup pattern. Sennheiser Consumer Electronics stands for comfort, safety and quality. Our products offer lifestyle and individual design. Our consumer division team works around the clock at 4 locations in Europe and Asia to ensure that no trend or customer preference passes us by. And now we've got the higher end MKE2, so this is another omnidirectional one. Sennheiser Consumer Electronics stands for comfort, safety and quality. Our products offer lifestyle and individual design. Our consumer division team works around the clock at 4 locations in Europe and Asia to ensure that no trend or customer preference passes us by. So we're now going to repeat those tests, but with some background noise. We've turned on one of the TVs in the showroom behind me. We've also turned on the aircon and a few other little bits and bobs like that, so that there's some surrounding ambient noise that we might want these microphones to block out. So first up, we've got the ME2 again, so let's see how that does. Our strategic goal is to shape the future of the audio industry, from the first idea through to the marketing of the product. Our professional systems division looks after customers in the fields of radio, aviation, studio recording, the music industry and live sound. This is now the ME4, so this is a cardioid pickup pattern, so might be just blocking a little bit more of that background noise. Our strategic goal is to shape the future of the audio industry, from the first idea through to the marketing of the product. Our professional systems division looks after customers in the fields of radio, aviation, studio recording, the music industry and live sound. So this is now the MKE2. Our strategic goal is to shape the future of the audio industry, from the first idea through to the marketing of the product. Our professional systems division looks after customers in the fields of radio, aviation, studio recording, the music industry, and live sound. Sennheiser Consumer Electronics stands for comfort, safety, and quality. Our products offer lifestyle and an individual design. Our consumer division team works round the clock at 4 locations in Europe and Asia to ensure that no trend or customer preference passes us by. Our strategic goal is to shape the future of the audio industry, from the first idea through to the marketing of the product. Our professional systems division looks after customers in the fields of radio, aviation, studio recording, the music industry, and live sound. Okay, so hopefully this video has sorted out any confusion that you might have over different styles of lavalier microphones and helped you decide which one of these might be best for you and your production. If you've got any questions at all, just leave them in the comment section down below, or maybe you've got microphones which you prefer to use. Let me know and let's start a conversation down in the comment section. If you want to buy any of the products I've talked about today, of course, just get in touch with our sales team, or links to our product pages on our website are in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.